Hi, I'm Dr. Nicole.
And this is Coach Kofia.
And Dion. Welcome to Opportunities Over Obstacles,
The podcast where we discuss lessons in life,
Motherhood, and business.
Y'all so polite.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Listen, we're going to get it together by the end of these episodes.
Look, this is life.
Yes.
Oh.
Life
in 2025.
Let's get it ready. Welcome to 2025.
That is absolutely amazing.
I'm still getting used to the fact that it was 2024. So I'm like
I know.
totally behind the curve. Totally behind the curve here.
It's okay though. We have 12 months to get it together. 12 months. So today's episode, we are talking about looking back over 2024 and anticipation of 2025.
Mhm.
And I guess I'm kicking this off with some questions. Is that fair?
Okay.
Yes.
Hot seat, rapid fire. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so we're now, of course, we talk in this podcast about lessons in motherhood, life, and business. So the questions will be centered around those areas. Okay, what's one funny or heartwarming moment with your kids that stands out for you this year, from 2024?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to say where I had to tell my daughter, I'm not one of your little friends. And I was like, oh my God, I am my mother. And she's like so confused. She was like, but mom, you are my friend. Like, you really are my friend. I was like, I'm trying to go hard with you. Okay.
I'm trying to be the old school Black mama.
Right.
Right.
You know, for context, it was around, the way you speak to or address adults, right? It's different than your peers. I'm explaining what a peer is and how when you're speaking to a grown-up or someone in authority, just, there's a way to address an adult. And she was just totally baffled. She was like, but you are my friend. Yes, I know I'm your friend, but I'm not on the same level as like your school friends. So it's different, right? You don't get to call me girl. You don't get to call me bro. That's another one. So it was just like really, I was tickled pink because she was like kind of hurt. Like, but aren't we friends? I'm like, well, yeah, your mom is your friend, but it's not the same kind of friendship. So that was like really beautiful because I was like, oh, she really feels comfortable. She really feels comfortable coming to me and asking me about anything. Both of the kids. Sometimes it's like, whoa, I'm not even ready for these questions, but
Let me bring it back.
yeah, I've had to tap dad in on a couple of them. Like, go ask your daddy.
Yeah. See, we don't have Kofia and I don't have boys. So
Ooh,
we don't know nothing about that.
y'all. But wait, do y'all have brothers though, right?
No,
I have an older brother.
I didn't
So
grow up.
you didn't grow up with boys in the house?
Oh yeah, I did. You're right. I did. How do you forget this? Yes.
Yeah.
I was the oldest, so I'm like,
oh yeah, if you're the old, yeah. I mean, I grew up with 3 older brothers and my dad, so it was a lot of male energy. So I was totally prepared when I had my son. It's the girl that has me like, holy moly.
Really?
What? Because even my nieces, when I think about my nieces and nephews, it was boys first. And then my nieces came along, right? And then it's kind of got like mixed in. But like the older sets are boys. So that was like, ooh, okay. But I think I'm doing good as a girl mom.
Yes. For your daughter to say you're my friend, absolutely.
And we have our girl time. And that's another thing too. We started having girl time where she comes into the bedroom, sits on the bed. It's just me and her. And she asks me whatever questions she has.
Mhm.
She's asking about puberty and all the things that come along with that, and how old were you when this happened? And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
We're going
So, we're going there, but the way her face lights up, she's just, like, all in it. Like, I'm about to just give you some popcorn because 'cause you're just here sitting at the feet of mom, getting all the tea. So yeah, that's really been a good moment.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet. That's super sweet. Nicole, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I'll say, what was it, like a heartwarming? So
Mhm.
my oldest daughter, her birthday's in August. So we usually, like at the kids' school, is usually if you do a party, you invite the whole class or whatever. So my other
Mhm.
daughter, hers is in February, so we do that whole thing. But the other one is in August, so we usually just do something like with some of her friends, or we might be traveling that time. But she turned 13. She was like, "Mommy, I just want to do something really special." We always go as a family to the beach, but she was like, "I want to invite my friends." So we did a whole, like, she picked some of her friends. We rented an Airbnb, went to her favorite restaurant, Rainforest Cafe, did all her favorite things um at the beach with her friends, and she just felt like so special. She
Aw.
felt like, "Man, you're so cool, mom. Like, thank you so much." So that was really, really heartwarming because I felt like it was starting to get like they're kind of old to just have these parties, but by her birthday falling outside of the school year, she was kind of missing out on some stuff with the friends.
Mhm.
So I felt like it was really, and it was super, super, super fun. She was just smiling, like, because we had brunch the next day. We went to rainforest. We did every single thing that was on
Nice.
the list. So I
Mhm.
was like secretly inside, like, all right, I got some mom points.
Yeah.
And for her to say that you're so cool, like,
Yeah.
for a 13-year-old kid, that's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for them
major
to
win.
still want you to be around them and their friends, I think that's,
Mhm.
and she was like, "Mommy, my friend said you're so pretty." I was like, "Oh." Like they just have a positive, they're still at an age, and I pray it continues through adolescence, of like having a positive view, or what's the word? Like they feel positively about their mom or their family in
Mhm.
general.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's so good. That
That's
is so.
good.
That's really really good.
So I'm like, okay.
Um, let's see. My moment, I think this year would be my oldest daughter came to me and said that she wanted to, one, she wanted to accept Christ, and two, she ended up getting baptized.
Hmm.
So that whole journey and process, just to see her tap into her faith and develop like a spiritual routine, like I would go in her room and hear like she's falling asleep to, you know, the Bible and stuff like that. And I just think
Hmm.
back to like, okay, did you see
Nice.
that from me? Because I did,
Yes.
so it's just like, oh my God, something is translating to them. It's really,
Mhm.
That is amazing.
that was
That's beautiful.
super, super, super dope. Definitely heartfelt moment.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's mine.
That is
Nice.
amazing. So it's almost like I feel like the moms need to hear this, because you don't know how day to day what you do it is creates the bigger picture of how your kids relate to you. But we
Mhm.
sometimes are in the weeds, like,
And you
all
don't
right,
know you're
yes,
like, "Is this
is
sticking?
it
Are they
hitting?
listening?" Like, yeah, those are the moments that tell us that we're doing the right thing. We're on the right track.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are absolutely on the right track. So, good job, moms. Good job.
Yay.
A win for 2024.
Yes, and beyond. That's lifetime.
Mhm.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. Okay, so we're gonna go to the life portion of the questions, and I'm gonna go with this. What is one habit that you let go of that improved your life? Is there something that you
Hmm.
let go of in 2024?
Worrying.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
I
good.
love it.
That's
Um, the scenario planning that I would tend to do, and I still do a little bit because I'm a dreamer and a creative and all that, but I would cling to that so much, and then it would become stressful.
mm,
And I'm just like, well, that's not fun. And then it's not like, and then it's like, and then I'm neglecting the moment that I'm in to
yeah.
Mhm.
enjoy the present. And we talked about that on our call earlier with Nicole, but I was, looking back at some of my interactions with hubby, and I'm like, I'm centering him now. Like this kind of
Mhm.
cool. It used to be almost the other way around, right? So now it's like, hey, like we're here. If there's an issue later, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But and also God's been dealing with me on like taking my hand out of stuff too.
Mm.
Like when I would get my hair braided, my cousin would braid my hair and I'd be like, how we almost done? And she'd like pop my hand. Like that's been this year. It's just like, let me do what I do. Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's been the big and it just feels good. Like you worry less, you are enjoying the moment, you can focus on other things because there's really nothing to worry about. Like that comes from a place of just not trusting his
Yeah.
plan and place of
Mhm.
anxiety. So, yeah, I wanna dream a little bit, but I'm not gonna obsess over it,
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah.
That's good.
No, that's awesome.
yeah.
It reminds me, we had those cookie jars. We had one where when you open it, it has a battery in it. It says, "Get your hand out that cookie jar." Like,
No, but
it's
okay.
so cute. Like, so you can tell we had it when the kids were little, but when you said that, it's like, Dion, get your
Right.
That is good. Get your hand out there.
You
That's
don't control the future, so why are you it's not gonna change any outcome. All you're doing is, like, working yourself up into a tizzy,
Yeah.
yeah,
literally affecting your physical being, your health, so,
that's good. That's
yeah.
really good.
I would say mine is kind of similar. It's like letting go of any remnants of scarcity. So if I want something, I'm not gonna quibble and what is it like fret over, you know, this $10 or that. Like I've joined different communities, I've gone to different events, I've made purchases that I want, but also knowing I deserve those things.
Mm-hmm.
And like so it kind of yeah, like getting and then it when I do that, it makes it because you said like centering hubby, like all of that makes it easier for me to center my kids, my husband, because
Mhm.
I'm not feeling deprived myself. So I'm able to like I love serving them because I also feel fulfilled or like I'm tapping into my desires too. So I'm like, I'm not fretting over no little like because you know how it can get like, well, if this add the $10 more, then you times that by 12, then
I'm cracking up because we were just on the phone with our realtor last night. So she was showing us like, okay, if this is your down payment, this is what your monthly payment is going to be. Like she gave us the scale.
mhm.
And then I was like, well, babe, what about this? What about and then I'm looking,
It's
I was like,
$20.
for an extra $5,000 down, the monthly payment would go down $50. I was like, $50 a month? No. Keep the money in your pocket. That's not worth it.
Yes.
Like it's
Yeah.
literally like you feel foolish. Like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
$50. We eat that. We eat that in a
Yes.
week. Like going out to eat and,
Yeah.
yeah. So that scarcity, working through that scarcity mindset is big, big,
It
big.
creeps in. It definitely creeps in. I feel like too, like when you just let go of like you get the things that you want. Like you just have to have a fine
Mhm.
kind of balance of it, you know?
Mhm.
Yes, be practical, be a good steward, be,
Yeah.
discerning in the purchases. But then a part of it needs to, and I think you kind of mentioned this too, Nicole, with your purchase, it's like you kind of have to have a little bit of like delusion in the sense of like, okay, like I deserve this. It doesn't
Yes.
always have to make dollars and cents to the exact,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
having just knowing when to be able to operate from this practical side, but also when
Yeah.
it's okay to just go with it, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's so, so good. So, so
Yeah.
good. I would say for me, I let go of busyness.
Ooh,
Yeah. Like
I know
busyness.
that's right.
Mhm.
like I've heard it for years now. Like, what is it? We getting rid of booked and busy. Like, we not gonna.
Mhm.
Yeah, what is it? Well paid and rested. Remember the t-shirt?
Oh yeah. So I've
Yes.
heard of like not being busy, but I don't know if I really embraced it. You have a head knowledge of it, but not like a
Mhm.
whole heart understanding of it. And it's like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
Like, literally get it off your plate, but then you leave the space open. Like,
Yep.
Mhm. Not put something else.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I think I just got so accustomed to just like doing, 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 doing. And I would have moments of rest. I would have moments of, fall back. I would have moments of, okay, just trusting, but really making it a lifestyle to where it's like it becomes part of my norm. That's something I
Mhm.
let go of.
Yeah,
So
it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
good.
It's
Yeah.
nothing more beautiful than looking at that calendar and you're like, that whole day is clear. Nope, like that's sacred time. That is
Yeah.
just I don't have to fill it up. That urge
Mhm.
is I'm so glad that urge is gone. That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's
It is.
huge unlearning because the society, American society teaches that.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
There's a book. It's the it's a I forget the woman's name. This is a black woman. She has a platform called the Nat Ministry,
oh yeah, I'm
and it talks
familiar
about
with
rest as a revolutionary tool against capitalism and white supremacy. Oh my God. I've been saying "oh my God" a lot. I was
them.
like, we really have been putting busyness and productivity, like, on this pedestal, and that's
Yeah.
so unhealthy, so
Yeah.
unhealthy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think especially for women though. Like, I think there's a level of that for men, but I think for women we don't understand how, like, the inner workings of how we were created and the way
Mhm.
that we are best, like the way that we're most efficient is not always being productive in the sense of like
Right.
how it's kind of portrayed. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so it's just really maximizing like who we are and how he made us and what we are designed for, and just even looking at the way that our bodies were designed to just rest, relax, receive.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
There's
we
nothing more feminine than a rested woman. Like, that's what people don't get. Like, you
I'm a
can look
boss
good.
bee.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
And you can look
Yeah.
great, but you could look at someone that should look good, but when you look at them, you don't get that feeling. It's because they're not in their feminine. Like, they're just
Mm.
some people. You ever seen a good looking masculine woman? Like, everything, they did everything right, but it's just not given. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I see. I can visualize that. I laughed, but I'm like, "Yeah, I have seen that."
you giving masculine, sis. Like, you all over the place. You just chill out.
Yes.
Wow.
You giving compete against your spouse. That's what you
Oh
get.
my, wait, what is it, Kofi? Say it again.
You giving compete against your spouse. That's what you get.
Yeah. Ooh.
And he not attracted to that at all.
Mm.
At all. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a
That's
whole
that's
other
another
topic.
topic, Dr.
Yes.
Nicole, is, like, the physical the there's a way like, the way you just described that, have you ever seen a good-looking masculine woman? Like, that's a whole like, I would break down, like, that I would describe that. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't think like, I know I get it in my head, like, if I close my eyes, I can think
Mhm.
of a few
All right, let
people
me write
even.
that down. Yeah.
Yeah, like, what are the traits of a ma what did you say? A good-looking masculine like or even flip it, like
Mm-hmm.
A bad looking feminine woman.
well, no, that sounded good in my head, but never mind, I said
Well,
it.
no, a feminine woman who's not overly done up,
Or even
Mm,
or
a feminine woman who maybe just doesn't take care of herself.
mm, that's easier
or
to work with. It's easier to
Mhm.
take a woman who has core femininity and help her with the external versus somebody that thinks they have it on the external, but
right.
they're
And
it's
then
like,
there's yeah, but there's also, like, this misconception around what a feminine how a feminine woman should appear,
yes,
right? So, you could definitely do some comparing, contrasting.
Mhm.
yes.
That would be really good.
I love watching my YouTubes, my different creators and the dating people critiquing these dating shows, and I love looking at the men
Mm.
look at some of these women that come on the dating things, and they just give their honest reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And they could say, they'll be like, "Oh, she's very feminine. Oh, she's very masculine." And it has nothing to do with
What you have on?
yes.
And then the peanut gallery is like, "But look at her." And you're like, "No, that's not
Mhm. Yeah,
that's not what they mean."
yeah.
Mhm.
It makes me think of like in the business sector, I've heard it said before when people are hiring and looking for somebody, it's easier to hire somebody who doesn't have all of the skill, like doesn't have like they don't know the job necessarily, but
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
have the personality, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it's kind of that same scenario when a woman who has the personality or like the mindset of a feminine woman, but may not understand the outward appearance, it's easier to.
Mhm.
That's what it made me think of when you said that.
Mhm.
Yes,
As far
that's
as
so
the woman
true.
is concerned. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So all right. Now we gotta go into business, y'all. We gotta talk a little bit about business. Um, let's see. Okay, I think this is a good one. How did you step out of your comfort zone in business this year?
Mm.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
I would say so. I started my podcast, The Secret Formula of Femininity, which is
Yay.
an arm of my business. And that was really hard. And I needed to be in community to be able to do it,
Mm-hmm.
to step out courageously because it's like it's all on me. I'm the host. So sometimes I have guests, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's like literally being in front of the camera every week, and it's a lot to it, but I would just say that, like, it took a lot for me to just build myself up to it, talk myself into it, get the support, and then be consistent with it.
Mm.
And, yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely where the growth
Mhm.
resides. The growth resides outside of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
um, how did I step out
Mm.
of business? I think it kind of goes back to the question before. I read this book called 10x is easier than 2x by Dr.
Mm.
Marty, and he talks a lot about how to go from, you 10x, but it's not in the traditional sense of like doing more. It's really just focusing in on the things that are going to get you to that big
Yep.
massive goal, right?
Yes.
And so for me in business, that was getting rid of and saying no to things that were making me money right then, to be able to, like, over the long term, be in a spot where I wanted to be.
Yes.
Mm.
So taking on less clients with the state and doing less of the legwork, hiring somebody on my team, like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and when I could get all the money, right? But then I'm giving them the most of the money because they're working. And
You're
so
working.
taking a part of that. And so really just understanding what it takes, like what it took me to start the business is not going to be the same as what it's going to take me to grow it.
Yes.
And so I think that for me, I think the one thing would be hiring someone else is what's out of my comfort zone, because I never really saw myself building something so big that I would need somebody else's help. I just kind
Uh-huh.
of, like, to be completely honest, I was just like, I'm good. Just make me a couple extra G's a month. I don't need a big organization, but it's like, okay, yeah, but this is what I'm calling you to, like this is what
Yes.
Mhm.
it's time for or whatever. So just hiring somebody else and being like, okay, I am responsible to pay this person on the
On
specific.
the same time, uh-huh.
Yes. And so being willing to say, like, I even had a situation where, I didn't get paid on the exact date by my contract.
Mhm.
So I had to make sure that I still, I still do what I'm supposed to do. Right.
Yes.
So just that type of mindset in business has been a game changer, but that is definitely out of my comfort zone. completely.
Mhm.
So
That is awesome. Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
then I feel like that also because I think as when we're in consumer mode, we don't really understand. Like I see people criticizing businesses and stuff. They have no clue like what
yeah,
it takes to really run a business. And so like I think that just even gives another view of it.
yeah, for sure,
Yep.
for
Yep.
for sure. What you got, Dion? What you?
Yeah. I'm thinking a couple things. So I think so I've been putting my hat in the ring this year for like bigger stages to get on.
Mm-hmm.
Um had a few good speaking opportunities this year. I have a few that I'm waiting to hear back from for 2025. And as it pertains to what my business looks like, it was a I like to use these metaphors like I'm a little kid. Like God just kind of like smacked me in the back of my head, like I told you you're not supposed to be doing this. Like this is not what your business is supposed to look like. And I have been so used to, and you guys know I'm a sucker for like consistency, and it's a blessing and a curse,
Mhm.
right? Like this is what's worked and carried me through. My last job was having this really robust business, and I had the epiphany this year, like this is where I want you to be, and this is what your business needs to look like, and not so much this. So I'm really being okay with shifting the focus of my business for 2025, which
Mm,
is more corporate clients, more speaking engagement. Like I'll be, available for one-on-one clients, but
Mhm.
I'm like, but this feels like I've been doing this. I can do this with my eyes closed. And he's like, that's
Yeah.
why,
that's
that's
why.
why I'm telling you that season is over.
Mm,
So it's not that the work with Dion Brand is going away, but I do need to. I'm just downloading. Like, okay, what do you want this to look like? What do I need to change?
yeah.
Yeah. So fleshing all that out for 2025, and again, being okay with not going down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I'm here. You told me this is step one, and I need to be okay with step one, and then we're going to figure it out after each phase. So
Yeah.
that's yeah, because we get attached to our businesses. I'm like, this is my
Yes.
baby. I've been doing this since '07, 2007. So now
Wow.
I'm like, you want me to do what now? After I done put all this time and blood,
Right.
sweat, and tears and money and so
Yeah.
but he's like, "No, you're gonna be all right." So,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
That's
And
so.
if you look at the bigger businesses, like if they're not able to pivot, like what if there was a business that didn't want to, like, say Macy, the department stores, but they didn't want to start to add online shopping. And they're like, no, we
Mhm.
just love the in person
Yeah.
experience. But the
Yeah.
whole world is like, no, we still want an online shopping option.
Right.
Then they would
Right.
just be so stuck on that way of delivery.
Mm.
Yeah, and I
They
think a
feel like
big part of it.
Blockbuster.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mm.
No, I was just saying they're gonna be like Blockbuster.
Yes, like we just want to do CD or what is it, DVDs.
Yeah.
Oh, those are good times. I love blockbusters. I think I was clinging well, one, it was familiar. I was clinging to
Mhm.
what was familiar, but also because my brand is an extension of my personal experience in corporate, I've been feeling like I gotta help all these people, but God's been like, Do you know how many people you can impact by getting on the stage?"
Yes.
And
Mm.
it's like so when we talk about, like, multiplying, it's like, "Oh, yeah, like, I don't have to grind for one client when I can, you know, just approach, a corporate client that has the budget, and I can still be impactful, and who knows, get more clients out of that opportunity." So, I'm okay with that now. Like, you know what? It's and I still got my clients, coming through, but I'm okay. I'm very much at peace with what's to come, even if I'm not always, like, clear on it, like, right now.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's such a good
Yeah.
lesson.
Yeah.
Being okay with not being completely clear, but not staying
Mhm.
where you are still.
Yep. They don't call it a faith walk for nothing. I'm just like, "Okay, again, my knuckles got tired. I don't need to control this. You know what? Go ahead."
That's good. That's
Yeah.
so good.
If
Yeah.
more people could get that, like that level of letting go of control. Control is, I feel like control holds us back. The need to control holds
Mhm.
us back so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Because I
It's
does.
see people resisting things where it's like, just if you let the resistance is there for a reason, we get it. But like if you could get a handle on your resistance and kind of work on letting it down some, like we would all just move forward so much.
Mhm.
yeah. Like stop fighting the current that's trying to take
Mm-hmm.
you to a different destination and trust that it's going to get you to exactly where you need to go. Yeah. That's
Definitely.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, that kind of leads us into the next phase of questions because we're going to
Mm,
talk a little bit about 2025, if
Okay.
that's all right with y'all. That's all right.
yes.
Oh no,
Bring
yeah,
it.
that's all right. Okay, so um for 2025, we're gonna start in lessons for motherhood. So, is there something you want to be more intentional about with your kids in 2025?
Mm. So I brought this up on our call.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One of the things we've been trying to teach the kids, because I realize I want my kids to have more opportunities, more experiences, but I also don't want to raise spoiled, entitled children. So that's my that's kind of like where I am right now. So we've been talking about like volunteering, giving back, being appreciative, being a good steward of what you have. With the holidays here, okay, you guys have your money, right? Like maybe you can go buy grandmom a gift, go buy aunt so and so a gift, right? So they're starting to realize it's not just about them.
Mm-hmm.
But in a conversation with hubby, he said that he asked the kids what does mommy like? Because they're like, we want to get mommy a gift. And they're like, well, we know she likes to read, we know she likes to color, but we don't know what else she likes. And I was like,
Mm.
I've not been showing my children
Mm,
another side of me. I like we spend time together,
Yeah.
but so one of the things we were kind of talking through is like how do I be more vulnerable?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Um because right now they see me as Superwoman. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, that's not like, yeah, I'm your mom and I it's a beautiful thing. I love you and I would do it all over again. But there are other parts to me that you should know. So I really want to develop a more transparent, even closer relationship. I think I'm close. I feel like I'm close with them, but I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, maybe they don't know too much about me. So just be more open with them and letting them get to see me and know me at a deeper level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That's such a great goal.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Really
Because
beautiful.
it made me think, because I've been telling my kids a lot how they inspire me. Like they're just so kids are just so open.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have all those deep embedded resistances. So things that I want to do, I'll share with them and I'll be like, I'm really nervous or something. And they'll be
Yeah.
like, Mommy, don't worry. And I was like, I told them, what was it, Thursday? I said, you guys really help me out. Like when I'm unsure about something and I just tell you guys, like, you guys are so good with technology. And they're like, yeah, Mommy, you don't have to worry. Like, we should embrace change. And I was like, yeah, but sometimes it's hard. So you guys really help me because you're very open to change. And they're like, okay, Mommy. So it
That's
just made me think how they're just their spirits, kids' spirits are so inspiring
Mm.
hmm
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
because they
They,
don't be caring about all this mess that we
They
we
surely
put.
don't. They don't care about perfection. Like
Mhm.
they just want it's and I've had this conversation with hubby
Mm,
where it's like the kids just want your time. Like they want you. They don't care about
yeah.
it's kind of like dating, right? Like I
yeah.
know like
Yeah.
I'm not one for like flowers and gifts and I'm like I just want your time and attention. So I
Yeah.
Mhm.
feel like a lot of times kids are the same way. Like their love for us is very pure. So it's just like they just want to get to know us, like just flaws and all. What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a song. Flaws and all.
Flaws.
All
Oh,
right.
that is a song. Uh-huh.
That's good. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, so the question, I'm gonna say it again. Is there something we want to be more intentional about with our kids in 2025? Dion says she wants to bond more, connect more with the kids. Um, mm, I don't know, when you kind of talked about the openness, and this may be something that we just come back to, but it made me think of the word vulnerability that is really kind of ringing true, and maybe like my word for 2025. I don't know, but yeah, I want to be more intentional about equipping them more somehow, like
Mhm.
really just making sure that I am training them, um, and modeling for them how to really navigate challenges, and how to navigate not just challenges, but how to navigate getting what you want, and how to receive, because they're girls and I want them to operate in their feminine. And so I think really just showing them, maybe that's it, kind of talking it through. I think really showing them how to be feminine by the way that I live, but also by the way that I interact with them. And so not being so masculine with them
Mhm.
is going to be the intention
Mhm.
for them. So yeah,
I
That's good.
love that.
That's
That
good.
yes, exactly.
because I
I
don't
love
want to be
that.
rough and hard, and
Mhm.
it's like you can say, it's almost like, don't hit, but then I'm spanking you. It's like,
Don't you
Yeah.
hit them other
what?
people.
Right? You're yelling
Yes.
at them, but you're
I've had
yelling.
that exact conversation in this
You
household. Absolutely.
and so it's like, okay, it's okay to feel your emotions, but it's like, okay, but are you feeling like,
Mhm.
am I modeling that for them? And it's like, okay,
Mhm.
I have to, and so that's one thing we've been practicing is you can feel the emotion and you can still be respectful. You can still be
Are we raising the same children?
girl, probably. And so I'm like, this is how you do it, right? This is how, look how mommy, I am so disappointed, but I'm talking to you in a calm tone, right? And
Mhm.
then, so it's just like that kind of stuff. I really want to I want to get that to where it's really natural for me to do. There was this lady, she was the aunt of a guy that I was talking to, and her name is Janice. I still remember her, and she would talk to her son, and I was like, is she mad or not? Like, she was so calm and just, come here, and just, I mean, but it was just the way she talked to him was so gentle,
Mhm.
and it allowed him to just do whatever she wanted, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so I was just like,
Yep.
oh my God, it was so beautiful to see. And so I kind of pictured that when how I want to talk to the girls. Like, I want them
Mm.
to have, I don't want to just be a soft place to land for my man. I also want to be a soft place to land for my daughters.
Mhm.
Yes, that
And
is so beautiful.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing that will allow them to be healthy in a relationship is
Mhm.
because so many women actually, I know we talk about the father abandonment and all that, but a lot of the women that are having problems in their relationships is from the mother wound, and
Mm,
they never
Wow.
had a soft like the feminine connection was so fraught with like it's very
Mm.
conflictual. Like, of course, you're going to love your mom no matter what,
yeah.
but it's just like a lot of harshness and stuff. So
Mhm.
I just think that is so important.
Yeah. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna love that. Oh, these look, these new kids come. I know everybody talks about. I just see positive, like I
Mm.
just see positive developments for the future generations.
Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nicole, did you tell us your intention?
I think mine is really just honing in on who they are individually more and more as they get older. You see their personalities develop. And my oldest will be going to high school.
Mhm.
So we spent this fall visiting high schools, applying. It's a whole thing because you have to apply to the magnet high schools and then the private high schools. And so just really being having her understand like you get to have a say in your life and make choices and evaluate what's good for you or not. Um, and then the little one, just seeing her personality and really just really digging more, leaning more into who each of them are individually and like nurturing that. So the littlest one, she started her lemonade business, really has a great recipe. The oldest, she got to work this summer as a junior camp counselor. So just really seeing what they individually want and like trying to nurture that.
Mm,
Mhm,
that's
mm.
that's so good. Listen, our kids are so blessed.
I was gonna say, we some bomb mamas, I
Oh,
tell you that.
I ain't gonna. I don't want to pat myself, but I'm gonna pat
No, you do
myself.
wanna pat yourself on the back.
Yes, that's so good. That's so good.
And
Okay.
it doesn't have anything, I'm not going to say it doesn't have anything, but like the things we said aren't really based on money. Because you
Mhm,
know how it's like we got to grind. Like, yes, you need a certain level of survival, to
mhm.
survive, but it's not really, like you said, they want your time. It's not all about all this other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's so
absolutely.
true. That's so true.
Mhm.
Very, very true. Okay. This question is around life for 2025. What's one thing you're excited to try or experience for the first time in
Ooh,
20?
these questions.
I know. I know.
Try or experience for the first time?
Maybe. Okay, you
Hmm,
want me to go to something else? Let me
Some
see.
of this,
I
like
don't
how
How deep?
explicit are we getting?
Whoa.
uh,
Nicole said, listen. Listen. Um, mm, I don't know. Okay, we might have to come back to that. Let's talk business. Is that okay? Or
mhm,
wait, did y'all want? Okay.
that's fine.
I'm like, are y'all good with that? Let's see. How do I'm gonna go with this one. What's one big goal or project you're hoping to launch in 2025?
Mm. I know I want my international retreat.
Mm, that's good.
That's a goal. But
Mm,
making it not just to do it, but the profitability, like it's all got to make sense and be right.
Got it.
okay.
That's really good.
I keep saying, "Sign me up for the retreat." I'm there,
I said,
you know.
I'm in it. I'm in it. Listen, listen.
Oh, man.
Let's see. One big project I'm hoping to launch in 2025. Uh, I don't know. Uh, mm, Look, because when you speak on it, that makes it real. So it's like,
Let me tell
Dun,
you,
dun, dun.
Sophia. Yes, that's why honestly, social media has been my biggest manifestation tool. When I
mm,
literally write things so I make my, like it's like in my own accountability
yeah.
partner because I'm like,
Mhm.
damn, I didn't put this out here. So
I understand now. It's a real thing.
Remember you had said.
I know.
Mm, I don't know if this is. Mm, I don't know. Let me think. I got to think about
You
that.
want me I can go if you wanna think
Well,
on it.
yeah, you go. You go.
I mean, for me, it's definitely the shift to corporate clients, and I've made a short list of corporations, and some of them are really scary and big, but Imma do it anyway. I'm just gonna try to get a foot in. And then there's my 3-month mastermind that I really want to launch. I have a couple
Ooh,
people who are saying they're interested in joining in January. One person said January, somebody else said February. So what I've been putting out to my list and in my Facebook group is it's happening mid-January. So again, just like Nicole said, like you put it out there. So
right.
yeah, because I could see and I would love for it to evolve. I don't know if it's in 2025 into you guys know, we always talk about like me having some sort of certifying
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
entity, something like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's like I don't want to say it here. I'm gonna call it the Maven Academy,
Mm-hmm.
like to get
Amen.
people
Yeah.
to the level of
Mavenhood.
Maven. Oh,
Stolen.
somebody write it down. Mavenhood. Yeah, like what does that mean for someone whose brilliance is hidden?
Mm,
Like you're used to putting your head down and grinding, but there's a way to position your brand so that it's opportunities come easy to you. Like
yeah.
I don't know what that looks like, but I've really been like, if I can have this academy, start with the 3 month, then the academy, and then my speaking engagements, because that's not really going to require like too much
That's
one. I mean,
good. Boom,
yeah,
boom, boom.
boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
More than one people.
That's how I see. And then like there's a coach that Coach Danny was working with, and she had some sort of storytelling
Mm.
program.
Oh, I
Mhm,
And
remember.
now
mhm.
at the end, what was really, really dope, and I don't know if I want to do this, but some kind of certificate or finale, right? Where they came together at the end of the course. It was in person, family and friends came. They shared their story and they got blazers with
Ooh,
the I was like, that's pretty dope.
yes.
So, like, it
Everybody wants
really
to be
feels
in the yeah.
official, right?
I
So I'm like,
love
I
that.
would love but the Mavenhood, now hopefully by
Mhm.
the time this episode air,
We
Get
got a
on that what you
mhm,
call it? The
trademark.
copyright. Yeah,
yeah, that's good. Okay.
that's
Nicole,
what it
you'll
is.
you'll be an honorary member.
I'm a
Gonna give me
maven.
an
Yes.
honorary Maven.
Oh,
Since people giving out honorary degrees, I'm gonna make you an
Look,
honorary.
child, if they don't stop with this mess,
Oh, that's another oh, sorry, I didn't open up a can of worms.
listen, listen, listen.
I mean, what's stopping us from certifying people and putting our seal on it? And
yes.
Nothing.
if it worked for DeVry, it started out what? Washer and dryer school,
Did they?
washer repair.
And then they give out all
That was
kind
the
of things.
joke. That was
Okay.
the joke.
No.
Was
I'm
that
like, did they?
it
What?
started DeVry? Was it DeVry? Is it Institute? DeVry Institute?
Hmm.
Didn't they start out as like a repair or it was like a trade
Yeah.
school, and then like now you can go get a degree.
Yes.
Wow.
So I mean, no shade, but you know,
Yeah. You got to
yeah,
start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Yeah.
yeah. All right, so I done put it out there, so now it's got to happen. All right, Dion,
Sure. We're gonna
there it
check
is.
back in. We're gonna check back in.
Yes.
First quarter, in the first quarter 2025. We gotta check back.
Okay, let's go.
And I think we'll be able to report back. We all have some trademarks in the works,
Report.
right? So
Hmm.
we'll save the announcements for when those become
Yes.
official.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay, so I've been thinking. I've been
I've
thinking.
been thinking, or
um,
I've been drinking, or whatever.
no, yeah, you gotta think something else. Okay, so I think I want to do a big project. A big project for me would be to become an author.
Okay.
Oh, you are a an author. Yes,
So
to
I
publish it.
yes, to publish the writing
Okay.
and to go along with that, um, I want to get more into the wellness side of things
Yes.
and really speaking to um, like the physical part, like the reason why the physical part of like getting fit
Mm-hmm.
is good for us. So
I love
something
it.
along those lines.
Okay.
So that's the project. That's I don't know what we're gonna call
I
that, but
see you having a wellness magazine.
I would love. I think that would be great. I would also love to host some type of meetup.
Mm.
I don't even know if it would be an event.
I was just thinking that you could do retreats. You
Yeah.
could do like a like different pop up in different cities.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so like the idea like and I think this was me projecting onto this fitness guru lady. I'm like, man, if she did a meetup, I would so go and pay to work out with the people who already like that follow
Okay.
online.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, maybe that's something I want to do like for my brand. And so I guess building up to where, okay, let's all meet up and let's have a wellness time together, right? Whatever that looks like. and just kind of crafting that out and actually executing on the thing.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
I think for me, it's been this fear of putting something together that's mine, right? I was a youth director. I put on events for the
For
church,
other people. Okay.
right? But it's like putting on something for me and my name and my brand and all. It's like, okay, it's time to
Yeah, you did it for everybody else, so
yeah.
yeah.
That's our big project of 2025.
That
Oh
is so.
boy, I feel a mid-year check-in coming.
Yes.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
Well, for everybody listening, I hope they can, like, everybody can see that we all go through it. It's just
Hmm.
finding the courage to just, you know what I mean? We all have our stumbling but thing, our fears around these things. I know I do. I can
Yeah.
speak for myself. So just any, if we can go through it, like you guys can too, just start
Yeah.
somewhere.
Just
And
start.
usually, don't you feel like speaking it is so powerful?
Hmm.
Because like we know it's going to happen now.
Hmm.
Mhm.
We don't
Makes it
take it
real.
lightly. We don't take it
No.
lightly. I mean, just think about the things that we have now that we talked about. Like, I'll say this in 2025, I will either be engaged and or married. And it was something that came out of talking and speaking and writing the thing. So it's like I don't take I know y'all don't either. Like we literally are intentional about the words that we use because we understand. Like Nicole, like the car that you're driving.
Yes. I said 3 years ago, this was my dream. This was my dream. I said it.
Yep.
Yes. And then
And
Dion, okay, we don't
Changing addresses.
okay. And
Now
these
that I feel like we've been talking about for a long time
yes.
over here, but
but it's coming, it's happening. We are in the like literally in the steps to or
mhm,
already experiencing it. And so it's just like, okay, when we check in again in 6 months or in a year from now, it's like, okay, like it's going to be happening. So
yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
good.
yes.
That's good.
Excited.
I'm
Any
super, super.
closing remarks?
Well, that was a bombshell that you dropped. So I just
I
want to say
know.
congratulations.
Let me start shopping and looking up flights.
Okay.
Look, let's do a destination wedding. I can help you get all the stuff.
Here's what we
Okay.
do.
Uh-oh.
Nicole's retreat, this the location.
Mm.
Ooh.
So we
Yes.
Yeah,
get a
I'm thinking
twofer
Costa
and
Two
it's a
for
Rica.
one.
business expense.
Yes. We got to put
That
it.
is so amazing. I just want, because that was, it's funny. Like I had made a post that I see a shift. And in 2025, because, not for us, but just bigger, you see people talking. There's been this whole focus on transactional, he's got to have six figures. I got to be a size six. Like this whole money for sex and screw relationship, this whole
Mhm,
Mhm.
negative thing. I
Mhm.
see that shifting. 2025 marriage is trending again. Not that it never wasn't,
Yeah.
but you know how people talk.
Yeah.
People are going to want to return to what's real, what's meaningful, and they're going to need help on how to do it.
Mhm.
And that's where I want to step in. That's where we step in. But like the return to like being a bride,
Yeah.
mhm,
that means so much. Like the return to wanting your man, wanting, like, it's nothing shameful about that. Whereas
right.
before, a lot of this talk has been very, I think people were just bitter and saying the dating world is horrible, but like I
Mhm.
feel like the shift is coming back.
Pee in the pool.
Yeah, what did they and meanwhile you're the main P.
But
Oh, no, I didn't hear that one.
I'm saying, like, the people who keep saying that, it's like, well, have you looked at your contribution to the
Mhm,
muddiness of the waters? Like, you're so
mhm.
negative, you're
yeah,
this, and this.
That's
so
just crazy to me, like, love is and wanting and desiring love is natural, like, that's just a human it's a
mhm.
need,
I
so
know.
it's just
Yeah,
like and we've most people have had bad experiences, I get it, but,
yeah.
like, dang, you could be having, like, a really wonderful, meaningful relationship, and you just, like, screw the whole thing,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know?
we've all eaten at a bad restaurant, right? That didn't stop us from what.
Going and look, we might even go to
Yes.
the same one again.
Nicole and these analogies.
It's like like a movement.
Yes.
Make marriage great again.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. Ding, ding,
M,
ding,
but
ding.
there's,
That's a
how could it be
t-shirt.
MAGA? No. MJ?
Let me see. Make
Ooh, I don't know if I want anything MAGA. Oh no. That's make marriage something again. Make marriage.
Well,
I
we
don't
need an
know.
A. Make
Don't have to be an A. It could be an acronym.
um
Gotta love mom life.
right. This real life over here. So yeah, I think that is. I mean, I love Nicole's prediction for next
Mm,
year, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what is to come because listen, whatever we say, we receive.
yes.
mhm.
Yes.
What's your word for 2025? Did we talk about that?
Oh, I
We didn't
haven't
talk about it.
decided yet though.
We didn't talk about it, but I will say mine. I believe is centered around vulnerability, and I don't know exactly what the word is, but it's stemming around that. I don't know if it's authenticity or
Mm,
vulnerability or being transparent.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really about like the ultimate goal is to show more of the different sides of me
I love
and
that.
allowing those things to and even online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not
mm,
just the happy go lucky cheery person. It's also like I am struggling emotionally, feeling all the feels. I'm on this
Yes.
roller coaster
mhm.
and I'm coming to talk to y'all and my energy's low and this is what we getting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
It's
yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like it's normal that we have all these different sides, but we don't always I don't know, we're not in I haven't been, let me speak for myself. I haven't been as intentional about showing these other sides because some kind of way I felt like maybe I shouldn't because nobody else is, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's too much or whatever.
Mm,
And
Or
really,
people's reactions.
yeah. And being okay, like I'm not doing it for your reaction. I don't need your
Yes.
validation. I'm doing it because I want other people to know that that's something that I experience and don't put me on a pedestal.
Yes. Yes.
mm.
And
Yeah.
you can have that like it's okay to have that different variations of who you are. So that's mine.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
it. I love it.
What about
Yeah. I've been toying with a couple of simple one word. Well, it's all one word, but I was thinking either like open
y'all?
or or free or ease or just something that's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like take your hands off of it. That's the only thing I can like. I'm
Mm,
just I'm
get your
just
hand out the cookie jar.
get
How can
your
you say
hands
that?
off of it. Like I
Let me
want to be
see.
intentional and postured and all that, but this is the phase for me where I'm letting God do His thing, and so I'm like last, I did not expect 2024 to look like this. Like y'all know, I was ready to leave my job, focus on business. Now the business looks different, and
Mm-hmm.
my life looks different. So I'm like, oh, I'm just I this is you're the driver. I'm not the driver of this. So it's something about just I don't know, ease, free, open, something like that.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Release comes to mind and relax.
Mhm.
Mm.
I like
Even faith,
release.
but I know that you mean yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you
But
want
even
something a
with
little bit
that,
different. Mhm.
there is a free I'm just imagining like um I was describing I was talking to my girlfriend earlier about therapy and how after your therapy session, your shoulders just feel lighter. Like there is like yeah, I'm relaxed and all that, but it's just a weightlessness. Maybe that's
Mhm.
it. It's like weight. I don't know. It's just
Mm-hmm.
Like that
light.
salt
I,
float that we did, Dion.
oh my God. Ding ding ding. Yes, like I am just suspended in air without a care in the world, and I'm just in the moment. Like that's
That's
kind of
good.
how I want to be in 2025.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, okay. Float. I don't know.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. I love
That's not as
it.
that's not as sexy, but something along those lines.
Yeah.
I get you. I get
Yeah.
you. That's good.
I'm
That's really
trying, y'all got me thinking what I haven't decided. I'm thinking something, two things that came to mind that have to do with, well, three. One that, man, what am I? It's like wealth, sensuality. Like it has to do with like fully embracing abundance.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to use that word. Maybe I think I've done that one time, but
Abundance,
like
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
embracing abundance.
or deserving or like and pleasure has to do with pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Like even just talking to my husband and like just we even talk a lot like we've worked hard as a family and it's just like it's enjoyment time. It's
Yes.
pleasure time. It's like
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that was the whole purpose of working hard. Working hard as far as just being disciplined with certain things. And sometimes you have to tune out the whole Joneses because, you could be like, I got to do, but it's like we have known what our plan is. And now it's time. So is enjoyment, is that it? Or,
That's what.
Enjoyment,
uh-huh.
I love the, deserving piece. I think that's
Hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
don't know, I like all of them.
Yeah.
Like it's an experience. It's time to
Mhm.
experience it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Is
I
it
love
reaping?
Okay.
it.
I'm writing all of these down.
That's good too. And if you're listening to this episode, definitely let us know in the comments. Do you have a word that you are you have determined to be, because you'll hear this in 2025. Do you have a word for 2025, and share below like parts of the story of
Mhm.
how you came up with that? We'd love to know.
Yes,
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 yes.
yes. All right, ladies, we
Hey.
went through all those questions and we came full circle for our words and our sentiments. I think that's amazing.
For
I
sure.
love
Absolutely.
it.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Here's to 2025, y'all.
Cheers.
Hey. Cheers.